Good morning, Year 6. I hope that you're all safe and well and that you had a fantastic day yesterday and that you enjoyed looking at all those features of swamp monsters and thinking about what your swamp monster's going to become and all of its features. So very exciting stuff. And also your work on decimals. 3 decimal places yesterday, recapping the thousandths column. Now, it's lovely for me to hear how much you are enjoying revising and revisiting the decimals work that you did last year and how secure you are getting in your knowledge and that you're flying with this work. It's brilliant. So pleased to hear about it. Don't worry if you're still finding it a bit tricky because we'll go back over it when we get back to school. So don't even think about that. Don't worry about it. Now, today in maths, we are going to be continuing looking at decimal places. But today we are going to start looking, it's revision again, multiplying by 10, 100 and 1,000. So looking at numbers with decimal places and multiplying them by 10, 100 and 1,000. Now, I know that in morning tasks we've touched upon this quite a lot and we've gone over it quite a lot as well. So you should be brilliant at this already, but we are going to go over it. So we're going to look at multiplying by 10, 100 and 1,000 today. And then when we come back after half term, we're going to look at dividing, which is the same but getting smaller instead of larger when we multiply. So brilliant. Okay, as always, I'd like you to follow the link on White Rose. Now, it's a really clear explanation of this, and I think you'll find it really easy to follow. I know sometimes they do make it a little bit tricky. However, there's a really good explanation, so I want you to follow that and then answer the questions on the first page, and if possible, have a go at the challenge. I know you're all going to do your best, and you're all absolutely brilliant. So, before we move on, let me just give you an example of what I'd like you to do. Okay, so we are going to look at timesing, multiplying by 10 by looking at the place value chart again, okay, Year 6. So the number we're looking at is 3.12 times 10. Okay, 3.12 multiplied by 10. And I've got my place value chart here. And I have got my thousandths, my hundredths, my tens, my ones, my decimal point, and then I've got my tenths and my hundredths, okay? And I've put 3.12 onto my place value chart, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it, okay, by 10. And when you multiply it by 10, I know that you all know this already. We have got that 10, haven't we? So we have got to make it bigger by 1, okay? So we are going to move it 1 place to the left, all right? We're making it bigger. When we multiply numbers, we make them bigger. So that 3.12 moves 1 place. Now, can you see I've put the arrow to move it to the tens. The 3 goes to the tens. The 1 goes to the ones. The decimal place stays in the same place, and the 2 that's in the hundredths goes to the tenths. So everything has moved up 1 place. That decimal point has shifted, hasn't it? And we have got the answer, 31.2. So when you are multiplying by 10, it moves to the left on the place value chart by 1 position, by 1 place. Got it? Brilliant. Okay, so I wonder what happens when we multiply by 100. I wonder how many places it moves then. Are you shouting the answer at me, Year 6? I think that you might be already. I think you know this. Okay, so we've got the same number again, and we have got another place value chart. We are multiplying by 100. So we've got 3 in the ones column, the 1 in the 10th column, and the 2 in the 100th column. Exactly the same as it was before. But this time we are multiplying it by 100. So when we're multiplying it by 100, There's 2 zeros, aren't there? That gives us a bit of a clue how many times we need to move it. We are going to move it 2 places to the left. So I've got my arrows again. So that 3, let me get my fingers in the right place. That 3 moves across. Oh, what my fingers doing? Moves 2 places to the hundredths. Okay, and then that 1 moves 2 places. Where's my finger going? Going to the tens. And then that 2 moves 2 places, I got it, to the ones. I'm sorry, year 6, I don't know what's happening. My fingers are going mad. All right, so we have moved that 3.12 2 places to the left. So that 3 in the ones column moves to the hundredth column. That 1 in the tens column moves to the tenths column moves to the tens column, and that 2 in the hundredth column moves to the ones column. So we have got our new number. We have got 312. And what I've put there, it doesn't actually make any difference to the value of the number. But I just wanted to show you that that decimal point can still be there, and it's 0.0. It's 312, but I've put 0.0 because it's a little bit important for the next one we're going to do. You'll see what I mean. Is that okay? Have you got it? I know that you have. All right. Now, what are we going to do next? We're going to move it by, we're going to multiply it, not move it. We're going to multiply it by 1,000. Okay, so I wonder how many places we have to move it now. I wonder, year 6, how many zeros have we got in 1,000? We have got 3, haven't we? All right, so we are multiplying the same number again. We have got 3.12. We've got the 3 in the ones, the 1 in the tenths, and the 2 in the hundredths. So how many places do you think we are moving it to the left now, making it bigger? By how many places? How many zeros are there in 1,000? Shout it at me. I can hear you. 3 zeros. So we are going to move it 3 places to the left. All right, timesing it by 1,000. So we take that 3 and we are going to move it 3 places to the thousandths column. Then, if I can get my finger, then we are going to the tenths column. All right, and then we're going to move it 3 places. Let me do it. To the hundredth column, okay? Then we get the 2, there it is, and we're going to move it 3 places to the tens column. Now, I'm just going to put my finger there. So we've moved that over, but we haven't got anything in the ones column. So I wonder what we are going to put there. Have you guessed? What do we put if there is nothing in that ones column? We need a placeholder. What do we use as a placeholder? We use a 0. Okay, so there is our new number. We've put the 0 there as a placeholder, okay, and we've moved 3.12 3 places to the left, and we have got our new number, 3,120, okay. It is so important that you put that 0 there, and that's why it's so important to use the place value chart, because I know you think, I know this already and I'm confident in it, and I'm just going to do that in my head. That's okay, I get that. However, when we are looking at these larger numbers, and especially if we have to use 0 as a placeholder, you might find that you start making a few mistakes. So really write out, it doesn't take very long to do a place value chart. Put the number in and do the arrows moving it across like I have there. I still do that when I multiply decimals. I don't try and do it in my head because I know that I can make simple mistakes by doing that. So please, please do that for me. Okay? Brilliant. Thank you so much, Year 6. I hope you enjoy doing that today. I think it's such fun and I love doing it, so I'm sure that you will too. All right? But just do your best, okay? And just do as much as you can. That would be brilliant. So, English. Wow. So, yesterday you started thinking about creating, imagining your swamp monster. And can you remember you looked under all of these titles and you came up with your own to write facts about your swamp monster. So what I'd like you to do, you're going to love this, I know it, is activity 7. And look at what activity 7 is. Draw your monster. So yesterday I said just do a sketch. Just do a rough sketch. This is your initial ideas. All right. Well, today you are going to draw it, and this is your only task for today. So that should say to you how much effort I want you to put into it. I want you to really think about every single part of that monster and all of its features, everything that you could possibly think. And I would like a picture, an illustration, a diagram of your monster, and I'd like it labelled. I'd like it labelled with as much detail about that monster as possible. I don't want you just to put a big red tongue. That does not excite me. And I know that you wouldn't do that anyway. I want exciting vocabulary. I want to read it and I want to think, oh my goodness me, I can't believe how creative this person is thinking about this monster. And I want to be able to close my eyes and I want to be able to visualise that monster, okay? So really think carefully. Use your thesaurus. Use your exciting vocabulary to describe the monster. If you want to start putting traits, parts of its personality in your descriptions, do that as well, so that I get a real feeling and a real sense of what this monster is like. Now remember, especially some boys, swamp monsters don't all have to be really, really, really scary. They could be really friendly and nice to Miss Lawson. Don't make them too scary for me, please. I'm only joking. You do whatever you want to do. But really think carefully now about yesterday we started thinking about all of those features and what it's like. So really let those be seen in your illustration of the monster and label all of those features as well. So I hope you have fantastic time bringing that monster to life, okay? Bringing him to the forefront of your mind and thinking about all of those attributes. And you can also include those descriptions of senses in there as well, all right? So absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see what you produce for that. Okay, so that's morning. This afternoon, we have got science and French. So we have got our last lesson of evolution this afternoon. And it's a real shame because you have enjoyed it so much and you have enjoyed learning so much about evolution, and I've saved, I think, the best lesson till last. We are looking at the evolution of humans, okay? So today I'd like you to read the slides carefully about the evolution of humans, and the tasks that I've set are looking at the difference of humans through time. So it's going to be really interesting for you to see those comparisons. I know that you've loved all the other work that we've been doing, but I think when you look at humans, you can relate to it, and it is so interesting. So read through all the slides, and there's quite a few fun activities for you to do. You don't have to do them all, okay? Just pick and choose what you want to, or if you want to do them all, that's super duper as well. I don't mind. But if you complete the tasks on slides 16 and 17, there's a word search. I know you love word searches, and I haven't given you one in science for a while. So there's a word search on slide 17. There's also a challenge about the human skull on slide 19. And it's just what you think about what might have changed, why the human skull might have got larger over time. And then there's a DNA quiz on slides 20 to 26. So that's a bit of fun. You could have a go at that as well, and the answers are on there as well. So I hope you enjoy that year 6. I know you do, because there's a lot of budding scientists in year 6, and the work that you've been sending in is absolutely incredible. So have lots of fun doing that, and lots of learning opportunities there as well. It's really interesting. And then French. we're on the final lesson. Anybody would think we've got half term coming up. We are on the final lesson of Les Vêtements, okay? And it is lesson 5, okay? And so click on the link to Language Angels and choose the level of worksheet that you want to do. Watch the PowerPoint, and then there's some interactive games for you as well. And you'll be learning 3 different ways of saying my in French, all right? So have lots of great fun doing that as well. So it's a busy Thursday for you all. So have a great time with all of your learning, all right? And have a really brilliant day. Enjoy everything that you do, okay? Take care, Year 6. Look after yourselves. Bye.